And we will now go on to the next item on the agenda, which is request Road 102 be designated as a county-maintained road.
Well, I did not realize that Commissioner, Madam Chair, was going to also have one. I put this on here because I told last time that I didn't get a second that I would continue trying to help the citizens. I have 9/10 of a road, and I was humored by listening to everybody, you know, talking about the ditches and everything. And we went, the county attorneys went with me, and it took us probably to go to that 9/10, 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes just to get down in a pickup. And I think about the emergency vehicles that are coming in. The residents there, I meet with them tomorrow, and they're not asking for it to be a red road. They are just asking even for a green road, something that can help put the gullies, I would say arroyos, more like, instead of some of the little potholes, more like arroyos. But I would ask the commission that we also approve for a green road for Road 102. I've said before, and I believe this, I know that people will come to this commission and ask us to do their road. I think this commission has an obligation to look at each individual request and then make the decision, is it or is it not right to do. I have 70 residents, 68% of them are in a low-income bracket, and they cannot afford to do a road committee and to have their road done by a private contractor. We got bids for it. It was $13,000 for a private contractor, and they're worried about whether they'll get the state aid they need to get food from week to week. And so I would, again, respectfully request this commission approve to make Road 102 a green designation.
Commissioner Freiberger, what's your expectation with that, with making it green? Because right now, as it is, that road is atrocious. So what would it take to, I mean, what would your expectation be? Because this is in your district. This is in, you know, Leonard, I don't talk to him every day because he doesn't oversee my district. He's your road's foreman, so, and he is also yours, Commissioner Tapia. So what would your expectation be for that road? If I were to second that motion this evening and you picked up the phone tomorrow to call the road supervisor, what is your expectation?
To blade it and shape it. I know that I've spoke with Leonard, and he said that there is no way that it could drain, but actually there is. I've had several people go out and look, and they can put a bar ditch on the north side and then let it flatten out on the south side where when it comes down the mountain, it would. My expectations would be before I left this commission that I had it designated as a red road. But I love base course on it, that we just approved 6,000 yards. I would love base course on it. But you know, the expectations of the people that are out there now, all they want to do is have it bladed twice a year. They're happy with that. They love living in a rural, but they need a road that emergency vehicles can get to. At this point, Sheriff White can verify that this is by far the worst road in the county. And I know Edwina is shaking her head.
I could show you some other ones that are worse.
But, it is tough right now. The bus, UPS, FedEx, all of them will stop at the end of the pavement. And if you're home to drive up and get your package, they tell you that they will wait 30 minutes and that's all they'll wait. And so this is something I believe that I was elected to try to get an improvement. I'm like you, Commissioner, that, you know, if I'm reelected, great. If I'm not, I just want to do what I can do while I am here. And this is, to me, a passion. Does it tell you what I expect? I was kind of wanting music with yours while it goes, but
Well, I mean, it's not, is it telling me, is it telling your supervisor that's going to have to take the direction? I mean, you want to go out there twice a year and you want that road to come into shape so that it can be passable and safe for the residents that live out there. That's what I'm understanding.
I believe so, yes.
There's a clarification, the Green Road 02 passes, all 70 residents understand this, that's upon written request, and they're all going to agree when that should be.
I actually meet with them tomorrow with the land developer out there tomorrow night. And it just takes one written request, correct? They have a association out there, I'm sure the association would, you know, and they would divide it up for winter coming up, and then perhaps for spring to last through the summer.
They need, when they want it bladed, they have to put the written request, and the second time they want it bladed, they have to put another request.
That'd be fine.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. Now, I'd understood on the green, and I would like, as Edwina had responded, that I had understood that a green road was to be bladed twice, but that did not count for snow removal.
On the, I believe on the definition it does.
Okay, I think we do need to clarify that.
Here's my problem. Why have ordinances if we're not going to stand by them, or we're not going to go through the process to change them, and we're going to sit up here as commissioners and say, I've got 4 months left, or I've got a year left, and I'm going to do whatever I can in my district to do what's best for the people of my district, and we're not going to listen to our road department heads and their advice and their opinions that they give us, and we're going to override the people who do the day-to-day job and the ordinances so that we can sit up here and say, well, when election time comes, if you don't like what I did, then don't re-elect me. I have a problem with that. I really do. And it's not, like I said, maybe I sound heartless, and I'm really sorry. Thank you for taking care of your road. But there's many people in Torrance County who have tractors and maintain their roads. And we're going to go against ordinances that say, you want it to be a county-maintained road, you need to do this, 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 and this, and we're going to sit up here and override our road department crew and the ordinances without going back through and changing it to make it right.
Commissioner, I would say yes, because simply I believe that it's these two examples, or maybe another 10 examples that come towards this commission. But for me, it's the right thing to do.
Well, then it better be the right thing to do for every other person who comes before this commission that has a need. And that's what I'm saying. Because there's lots of people in Torrance County that has different needs and different reasons for coming before us and asking. And if we're going to do it for one, then we better be darn prepared to do it for everybody else who steps into this building. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, Betty, come on up.
Betty Caber, and I'm just talking as a resident of the county, and it's both sides, I understand, and I see that, and I guess the two things, one thing I want to agree with Dennis's comment that everybody has said a perfectly good reason to vote for the county road tax that we want to try to get done. The second reason is, and the second thing I want to say that I haven't heard anybody say in these last two conversations is, where are we going to come up with the money just to take care of these two? Because I think Abshire Road's going to be very reasonable from what I'm hearing. But 102, that's going to take a lot of money and a lot of work. And we were already talking, they can't get any additional road money from the general fund. And so, and I'm concerned about as a citizen there. And then, of course, if I put on my assessor hat, I don't know what's going to happen there, because how is that going to affect property taxes of how do we pay for all of this? You know, so I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, do we have the money to do these 2 roads? Number one, I think we probably do for Absher Road. It sounds like that's a very reasonable amount, but I don't know what the roads department's saying, and nobody has asked that question. I haven't seen that question being brought up.
No,
How much is it? Okay, I missed that.
We had the money to give the electeds a raise. Had the money to give the electeds a raise.
What roads are green, what roads we've taken off, what roads we've not put back on, and find out what the budget is and what roads that then we can add back on.
And I've been around a lot of those roads in Bella Vista. And Turner Ridge Road is not the best road in the world. And I have been up, when I was a realtor, and Mary Ann and I were both realtors, trying to get up and down those roads, finding properties. There's a lot of them that are horrible, and there's a lot of people that live up there. And I hate to think how much money that is going to cost to get that to get Hummingbird or 102 or whatever it is up there, to get that in a situation that it is going to be passable for people that don't have a high off the ground 4-wheel drive vehicle, and it's on the side of a hill, and so the snow, when we get it, and hope we get some, I don't know. I just don't understand how that can be nothing but an extremely, extremely expensive road to make even to a green road situation. And so, I mean, if you guys are going to do that, and also I'm thinking the liability with changing that ordinance, because are we going against, I don't know, is there any criminal thing that you guys are doing that's against an ordinance? I mean, if it was a state law, there's certain things I can't do, and it's a criminal offense if I break the law. So to me, our county ordinances, and I could be way off on that, but I'm just saying, how defensible are the county ordinances that somebody could come and say, well, if that you're breaking your own laws that you've made as ordinances. And that, to me, is right there's going to be that big liability anyway. So, but again, everybody's making a great, great, great voice for voting for the road tax.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And I'll admit my motion to change Road 102 into a green designation contingent, if we can, on the ordinance.
Michael, you can come up. And I would like an answer to Betty. I mean, certainly I'm sure you weren't calling us criminals, but I would like clarification if that was the intention. Because we have 70 people down there. I mean, I'd like to stand up for 70 people. Go ahead.
What I understand the history of the first road you mentioned was that this road was adopted by the county as a green road a long time ago. That's my understanding.
Are you talking about Absher Road?
Yes.
Absher Road is already a green road.
Right, a green road. It was adopted a long time ago. In other words, in history, it's been there for a long time. What I find here is you're kind of paying the piper, and that is, this is it goes back to a planning and zoning problem, and that is how subdivisions are put in. What are the expectations of the developer? Because I guess Mr. Freiberger's road is a developer's road. It was never a county road, and yet really if you're going to be responsible in the future with planning and zoning is to hold somebody very, very accountable for taking care of those roads if the county is not willing to adopt new developments or just to limit the new developments so this doesn't happen as often. And you're in an unfortunate situation because now you're paying the piper for these kind of developments that have gone in over the years. And it's a case. I think you may have to raise taxes because basically, if you want more jobs, you want prosperity in this county. One of the prices of that is you have to have a better infrastructure, however you can get it.
Thank you, Edwina.
Sorry. The only other thing I would like to point out to answer Betty's question on money, I believe it was the Subdivision Act of 1973. Torrance County didn't have any say over approval or disapproval of these subdivisions, and I think Bella Vista was one of those. The state of New Mexico approved that subdivision. The state of New Mexico, when they approved those subdivisions, they didn't come here and check out if there was anything going on roads being done correctly or whatever. So I would propose checking into that. If that particular subdivision was put in place under state authority, and they were the ones that were in charge of how that laid out and everything else, go back to the state of New Mexico and go, look, y'all did this, you should help us pay to fix it. I'm just saying, if the county didn't have any authority over that, now it's dumped in the county's lap, and that's not fair positioning. You want to find some money? Check that out. Have your attorney check that out and see if there's a way to go back to the state. I mean, I don't know that frontwards and backwards, but I did read something on that recently. So just an idea.
We'll end up spending more money just trying to find out.
Ask the question. It's cheap.
Then we will. I would suspect to shape that road maybe 4 days, you know, on the 9/10 of a mile.
With how much equipment?
With a blade.
One blade, 4 days?
2 blades, maybe even less time. And then once all I'm asking for is it to be bladed, you know, twice a year. I'm not asking for culverts. I'm not asking for, you know, caliche on it. Maybe in the future we can. We've worked in the past with having residents get together to buy different loads of material and having them put, you know, material on that. Mr. Chavez, him and I have spoke, and I've asked him with his brothers in the trucking and everything that if he could get them to dump off loads onto the side to help improve his, you know, road over there. So there's things that we have to work together. I have checked on the statutes of 1978. The subdivision was put in, I believe, in 62. Mm-hmm. And if you read the statutes for the state, it spoke that the main road shall be, you know, a county road. But in 1978, it took it out of the state hands to give it back to the county to designate. So we didn't have to follow that rule. And so, you know, there's all kinds of rules. There's all kinds of things. I'm thinking of 70 residents out there. It's in the forest, all kinds of trees and everything around. And all it takes is one fire. And 70 homes go up in smoke because we can't get a fire truck or a water truck, as Mr. Perea had mentioned. I believe, as commissioner of this district, that I owe it, you know, to them to get this road to where these people feel safe. And the cheapest way I can do it is a green road. Contingent, if we can, through the ordinance, or if we have to change the ordinance. So I put that in the form of a motion. Not all of it, but a small part.
Well, I just want to sit here for the next 20 minutes and defend why I vote the way I vote. And even though I have 4 months left, would this be the one item that I would want to be remembered for? No. There's a lot of things I'm passionate about that I have not been able to complete as a commissioner. But would I stand in the gap for those 70 residents? Yep, I would. So I would second that as long as it is contingent upon making it legal through the ordinance. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Opposed. Thank you. Let the record reflect that 2 commissioners are in favor, 1 opposed. We will now move on with the agenda. We will go to...
Thank you.
Welcome.